After losing 4 straight without Steph, the Golden State Warriors' elimination raises question marks. First and foremost, after Curry got through the most physical series of his career against the Houston Rockets, before scoring an unlucky 13 points in 13 minutes of Game 1 against the Timberwolves, what could have been if Stephen Curry never injured his hamstring? In my opinion, the Warriors could have won a championship, especially if Jimmy Butler didn't sustain a bad pelvic contusion as well. For the casual fans on Twitter who blasphemously lost respect for Curry for not giving it a go despite his injury, it was the first time in Stephen's 16-year career that he suffered a hamstring strain, plus he's 37 years of age, and a grade 1 hamstring strain takes around 7 to 10 days to get back to NBA playing form from. Taking the cautious approach was the only way to go, so stop hating. The Warriors are going to be back next season, but the question is, with how much better of a roster? According to Shams, GM Mike Dunleavy and the Warriors front office owned by Joe Lacob are going to be incredibly aggressive in 2025's free agency this summer.
As well, sources told me in the last few hours the Warriors will be incredibly aggressive in the marketplace to go find help to continue to retool around their big three of Stephen Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. I'm told their priority is finding a playmaking wing defender or a center to add to this group, and a lot of it will come down to someone that Steve Kerr and the big three feel like will help this team and fits their culture and their identity.
The Warriors' needs this summer include a center and a starting shooting guard. Moving Paz to the bench will be the way to go, as the Warriors could use a point-of-attack defender and natural two-guard to start next to Curry in the backcourt. This could be done by reacquiring DeAnthony Melton, who proved to be a great fit on both ends of the court, before partially tearing his ACL and having to have season-ending surgery. To fill the center position, the Warriors could foreseeably sign Steven Adams, who would be a great upgrade over Kevon Looney, with all due respect to the Warriors' legend in Loondog. Either that, or you could acquire a Brook Lopez, or if you can make the money work, somehow Miles Turner. Those two would be able to space the floor for you, whereas Adams would provide that much-needed brute force up front that the Dubs were lacking this year. As tweeted by my boy Dre at OnBallSteph, one of the biggest issues this team has is an over-reliance on limited players, either due to youth or lacking a modern skill set. Acquire personnel with the ideal combination of positional size plus skill who can make plays if a possession breaks down. Not easy, but doable. As Dre noted, the Dubs need to acquire talent that can bail the Warriors out at the end of a shot clock, as they severely lacked that in the 2025 playoffs, as there were a ton of shot clock violations and generally stagnant offensive possessions where you needed extra shot creation. I wanted to thank everyone for a great season of Warrior basketball. Thank you to Dub Nation and everyone who supported my content this year. Let me know if you think I should continue to cover the postseason, but here were the top sound bites from after the Dubs elimination.
When you look back at this series of the playoffs, the way you guys played to get out of Houston, the way Steph and you guys were playing that game one right before you got hurt, will you wonder what if? Like, what did you think how far this team could go, the potential?
Yes, the next few days. You know, I mean, I don't even have to think what if. I know we had a shot. I know we could have gone the distance. Maybe we wouldn't have, but it doesn't matter. Again, everything in the playoffs is about who stays healthy and who gets hot. You know, are you playing well at the right time? Do you have multiple guys step up in key games, make shots? And do you have good health? And, you know, you see it every year in every series. And so there's a little bit of luck involved, you know, and we, like I said, we've been on both sides of that, and that's just part of it. I love our guys. Like I said, we this was a hell of a run for us, you know, considering where we were at the trade deadline. You know, Jimmy changed our season, flipped everything for us, gave us a chance. We became one of the best teams in the league. And obviously, you know, you get to the final 8 in the NBA, you're one of the best teams. And we had a shot, but, you know, things didn't go our way. But like I said, Minnesota deserves the credit. They were the better team.
Your own season.
I mean, I can say this is the most happiest I've ever been in playing basketball. And I tell the guys, man, like, the season went by so fast, and because it was so much fun I had. It was a lot of joy, you know, be around Steve and his group, bring around the players, and the training staff, they all made me feel welcome. And I feel like it went by so fast. And like most seasons teams I've been to go on, it feels like it was very long, like when I'm getting out of here. But this organization, I never felt one day like, I can wait for summer. Like I'm really mad I have to like go enjoy summer because basketball was so fun. Meeting basketball was so fun. Preparing every day for a playoff game was fun. And I really enjoyed being here, man.
How do you view your future here? I mean, you're under contract, obviously, a few more years.
I mean, keep it real. Like you understand, you see the value of space for this team. Just keep it real. Like that you can't be step one out there. And you see how they play me in the Minnesota series when he was not out there. It's just the value of space and the shooting is much needed in this league and for this team. So I want to be around here forever. I mean, like until I'm not needed. But I know that. This is a business, but I love being here, man. I think that with Mike and Steve and the whole coaching staff, the training staff, I feel like I created a fair relationship with everybody and the players, and I love being around there, and I'm sure they love me being around here. But I just understand this is a business; anything can happen. But yeah, I want to be here.
They got a chance. They got a real shot. Anytime you got a number two that can just go get it, you give yourself a chance at to go make it happen and get a ring. And like I said, the way Drew has been playing, since he came back from the injury, by the way, it ain't just start. Like the way he's been playing since he came back from his injury, he been lights out. So, I have no doubt that he'll continue to play that way. He's aggressive as hell, and he gonna go after it. He got that mindset. Always have had that mindset. So, and it's clicking for him, So, I think they got a real shot at it. When you got two dynamic, and then they got all the pieces, right? Like they got Nas coming off the bench. Jaden McDaniels is a hell of a young player. Rudy, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Mike Conley and his experience. Dante flying around and defending and shooting. Alexander, they got pieces, so it's just not one or two guys. They got a real team. And so I think they got a real shot at it.
And then how would you just contextualize how different things were throughout the course of the series without having Steph out there?
Yeah. Obviously, it's very different whenever you don't have Steph on the floor. The room is so much smaller. And I feel like everybody has to take on more and everybody has to play a little bit of a different role. But that's just the game. Injuries happen, but it is a lot different with Steph not out there.
Steph has talked about how your contract, his contract, Draymond's contract, Steve Kerr all lined together for the next 2 years. Do you see this as a 2-year window for a championship?
Yeah. And then if we win some, it could be longer than that because I still think that we have a lot of great basketball left ahead of us. I don't think this age thing is anything. The way that everybody's taking care of their bodies, doing right, I think the potential is there. So with this full season we got coming up ahead, I think we'll be able to find out.